We're going to be taking another look at Arcanium today. This video is also sponsored, but that's it for the contract. It's just 2 videos. So if you see another upload of Arcanium from me, then it's going to be because I like the game. And there's a pretty likely chance that you'll see more Arcanium uploads. So some of you on the last video asked if I intend to play this game more. And the answer would probably be yeah. I mean, look at my mastery level. I've been playing this game quite a bit. I know it's kind of like, oh, you're being paid to say that, but no, I wasn't paid to unlock all the way up to the hardest difficulty, and I certainly was not paid to get to nearly max level on every character. So I do think that this game is quite a bit of fun. I think it's refreshing, and I stand by that someone's gonna have to pick up this game and figure out some stuff. And I think I've been that person that sat down and figured out a good deal of stuff, actually. I did a little bit of looking around online, and I didn't check the Discord, but from what I can see, I would not be surprised if I'm the best player of Arcanium. Can I claim that title? I'm gonna go ahead and just claim that title. Best Arcanium player East Coast, yes. I've seen what some people think is good and some people think is bad, and then I've seen that they haven't even beaten heroic mode yet, so I'm like, oh, well, okay. Ascension 10 player telling me what's good and what's bad. But anyway, the thing about it is that a run for this game, on average, well, once you hit challenger mode, enemies get more health and then they gain color resistances. This completely changes the game that you're playing, in my opinion. Suddenly team composition and pathing matters a lot more. Then after that, after enemies gain more health and have resistances, which means they take half damage from certain type attacks, then you got heroic mode where super elites and bosses have 25% more HP. Then you've got Apex mode, the hardest difficulty, where all enemies have 25% more HP. So what I'm saying is, on Apex mode, a run has taken me at least 2 hours to complete, which is fine. It's fine, you know, Spire's pretty quick on average for a roguelike, right? So it just takes some getting used to. I'm just used to filming and like planning for an hour or an hour and a half for a run. But the thing about the hardest difficulty in this game is going to be like 2 hours at the very least, and that would have to be playing really fast. And I can play this game pretty fast at this point. The thing is that they added this new arena mode. Okay, so arena mode is kind of like a gauntlet style. Think about Super Smash Bros. Melee, for example, when classic mode. Yeah, classic mode is like fight after fight, and arena mode is faster, and you get stronger quicker. So we're gonna dive into an arena mode run today, and they want me to showcase the new characters. Okay, so these are the 3 newest characters to my knowledge. All right. So let's start with Maverick. So Maverick's base deck is 3 double taps, 3 quick shots, and 3 hexed shots, okay? His passive ability is he refills his ammo stacks up to 3 stacks at the start of each turn, okay? So ammo is used, and you can see Maverick here is he's a DPS, and ammo is used to play your bullet cards, okay? So you can't play this unless you have ammo. It's a bullet, you spin an ammo, and you deal 3 damage, okay? So he's got 3 hexed shots in his base kit. And what haste is when you play a card, you draw a card. So when you gain a haste, that means the next time you play a card, you're going to draw a card. And hex is kind of like poison or burn, deals damage, and then decays by a stack, okay? Then he's got some 2 cost, 2x4 damage. And that is his base kit. So some general thoughts on Maverick. Like, I've played these characters up to level 20, all three of these. And I think Maverick is a little bit weak on average, to be honest. At least in the Apex mode of the standard game, like a standard run. I think Maverick's a little bit weak. There's a couple reasons for this. His typing is not that it's not that fantastic. There are a lot of enemies that have resistances to these specific types, and it becomes it becomes hard to do damage. He's also rocking this light attribute right here. So when attributes start mattering more when you pass challenger mode, as far as the other light allies go, you know, this is a team builder, so you want some good coverage, right? So if you're gonna have someone that uses this light type, got Celeste here, and Celeste, I mean, she's got stuff like greater heal. She's got, Celeste really isn't a good example, but she's got some shock. She can apply shock with her light stuff, and she's also got, you know, apotheosis. As far as the light attribute is concerned, you've got guys like Leon who have taunt, AoE immune with their light, enchant restore in an area at the start of each turn in a light, lifesteal in a light card. Like, light can provide a ton of utility, and if it's not providing a ton of utility in stuff like Leon, and there's also Angorn. Angorn's light cards are absolutely insane. You've got renewal, you've got fireflies, recycle, you've got spiritual bond, you've got AoE haste in a light card, you got rites of light, card's insane, you've got chrysalis, spontaneous growth. I mean, this guy's light cards are spirit cocoon, harden, like, these guys are boasting the light type very, very effectively. And then you've got Misty, and Misty just applies a ton of shock, AoE shock for the most part. So when it says that Maverick's utility on average is a little bit below half, in my opinion, I would put his utility all the way at the bottom. Because if we look at Maverick's kit, the light cards are going to be his bullet cards, and we'll get back to that later. Got penetrating around here, it's a light. This is an execute card, it's a light. Then you've got shuffle your bullet cards in your draw pile after you play them. Light, light, light. So you got like some light damage. But if we look at everything that this character does, it's actually not providing any buff or utility to your team, or even really to himself. He's not like buffing himself that much. And then he's got Hex as his other component of damage that he's applying to enemies as well. But Maverick isn't applying haste to his teammates. He's not capitalizing on the Hex he applies. He just applies it for the sake of damage. So I actually think that this character has next to no utility, which is fine if your offense is there. The thing is I'm not even that sure his offense is there, and we'll find out in this run. But his damage output's fine. I just don't think that I don't think that this character is right now going to be that much stronger than a DPS like Aurora, and Aurora is really powerful, and there's no doubt about that. But Maverick is one of the weakest DPS right now, in my opinion, and it has to do also just with the typing. It becomes really hard to do damage. His ultimate is like deal 5 damage to the enemy 5 times with the highest health. So it seems really good because it's going to dump your strength, and Maverick attacks a lot of times. He's got some upsides, and the issue is that when you're trying to push for a kill, this is a terrible ultimate because it's going to damage the enemy with the highest health. So this ultimate does not help you push for a kill like so many others do. And I don't really think that either of these is apparently that much better to me than High Noon right now. And another thing that I want to say about this character, because yeah, I am showcasing these new characters and everything like that, but I do want to critique him a bit, okay? So let me critique this guy a bit. So we've got these keywords here. Bullet, spend 1 ammo, deal 3 damage, and we right click and we see what the card's about, see if we could kind of garner some more information. So we see that bullet is a special keyword for Maverick used to trigger various effects from his kit. And ammo is used to play bullet cards, and it does not decay at the end of the turn. And fully loaded refills all ammo up to 3 stacks at the start of the turn, and ammo is used to play bullet cards. So my issue here is that bullet and ammo are kind of synonymous, and when you even right click this and you look, you got the same icon here for bullet and ammo. And, you know, this character is new, so I think that this sort of feedback is almost necessary, at least from my point of view, because that's how it works, right? I mean, I would imagine a character gets made, and maybe they're a little bit weak on average, or they have a little bit of redundancy, or nomenclature issues, or something like that, and then those get, you know, kind of pointed out, and maybe we can make something happen here, you know? Because I like this game a lot, and I like this character. This character's cool, it's fun. And yeah, love doesn't always have to come and go, right? So, and the thing about it is you got these 3 hexed shots in your base kit. This character has 3 cards in his base kit that are drawing a card for him, in essence. So the character can be very fluid. You know, you keep your deck at 9 cards. You get more cards that apply haste, and you can be very intentional with what he's doing. Very consistent, I think. Although you do have this element of it where you could just draw 3 quick shots, and then you're really, really behind. You spend all your ammo, and then it's going to be hard to get back to your bullet cards, and you have all this energy that's not doing anything because these all cost 0. And that brings me to my next point, which is, what exactly constitutes a card being a bullet card? I mean, double tap, what's he double tapping with? I imagine with bullets or ammo, or he's using his firearm, right? So what makes quick shot a bullet but not double tap? If I told you there's a card hasty shot, would you know immediately if it was a bullet or if it was not a bullet? You know what I mean? You got cursed bullet, okay. So this is a bullet, and it's got the word bullet in its name, right? So that brings us to talk about Tara. So Tara's doing the same thing, kind of, with arrows. Arrow is a special keyword for Tara used to trigger various effects from her kit, okay? So you got Obsidian Arrow, Toxic Arrow. You have Sniper Shot, which is not an arrow. Okay, fine. It doesn't say arrow in its name, and pretty much every other arrow card says arrow in its name except for Viper Fang, but it specifies it's an arrow here anyway. And Volley of Arrows is not an arrow, but it does damage for each arrow card in your hand, like Leechwood Arrow, like Heat Seeker Arrow, like Serrated Arrow, like Venom Tip Arrow. Anyway, so if you want to do something like that for Maverick, I think that'd make a lot more sense. You got Twin Bullet, okay, that's a bullet card. You got Headshot is a bullet card, okay. Okay. Between the Eyes, Chaotic Bullet, that's a bullet card, but Doomfire is a bullet card, and then you've got Doom Assault is a bullet card. It's like, so you got, this just looks a little bit, it looks a little bit untidy. Does that make sense? When you got this same icon with 2 synonymous words, and then bullet is a special keyword for Maverick used to trigger various effects from his kit. Like, I know that. That's why we're on the screen, right? Is to try to figure out what the special keyword for Maverick means. That's why we right click it. It's like, I know that bullet is a special keyword for Maverick. It says it right there. None of the other characters have it. I know that that's what it is. When you say that arrow is a special keyword for Tara, that's fine, because it's used to trigger various effects from her kit, yeah. So if someone's wondering why it says arrow there, then cool. It's good for me. So that's kind of my take on it, is like bullet spends ammo. It's like, it could just be spending bullets. I don't think you need 2 different keywords here, because it is just a little bit, you know, it's not very clear to me what should be and should not be a bullet card. Anyway. So that's some of my initial takes on Maverick. The character is still fun. Very fun to pop off with him. So then we have Dracar. Dracar is actually the third newest character. Thorum, second newest. But Dracar, so Dracar is a void grass type. And overall, like, this guy's, it kind of plays a little bit like Mozabus, where you're sort of, you're using, you know, this card gives you energy for next turn, and it costs 2, and it gives you a little bit of shield. You've got your arcane missile here. And then Dracar, because his base kit's going to be 3 corruption, 3 twisted bolt, and 3 demonic shield. So he's got some, you know, half attempt to shield himself. He's not really a tank or anything like that. Is a DPS as well. And you've got your ranged 4 damage attack. And then you've got some hex applications. So the thing about this character is that he's got this ultimate, alright? So the thing, well, let's talk about the passive first. So he's got Blight, and what Blight does is it triggers the damage of Hex when you attack an enemy 3 times. So he's playing into Hex, but he's also like, you target an enemy 3 times, they're gonna take damage equal to their Hex. So then we get to the ultimate, and the ultimate is this Cursed Ritual. So he gains Hex himself, but then he shuffles 3 of these Ritual Curse cards in your draw pile, which are applying Hex, and they're increasing their damage by the amount of Ritual Curse cards you've played this combat. So he's got scaling damage in his ultimate. But the issue is that you use his ultimate, you gain Hex, so you're going to be damaging yourself by 6 damage, the next turn by 5, then 4, then 3. And then you're putting these Ritual Curse cards in your draw pile. So when you use your ultimate, you are taking damage that turn. You are not doing any damage with the Ritual Curses that turn, probably, unless you can draw stuff. This character doesn't have very many ways to draw cards at all. And then next turn, you're going to be drawing your 3 Ritual Curses. And then you can spend all your energy, after spending all your card draws, to use the 3 Ritual Curses. And since you are targeting an enemy 3 times, you get 3 stacks of Blight, and then it detonates their Hex. I don't even think it detonates it just makes them take that much damage equal to their Hex. So the character has a lot of damage, like a promise of a lot of damage in his base kit. But the issue is that that's really, really slow. And it's also damaging himself. So that is a problem early game. And I think the early game matters a ton. I think if you do well in the early game, and you can snowball, get a bunch of really powerful artifacts, then that is a way to perform well in a standard run. But this character is kind of like shielding himself and just skating by and trying not to take too much damage. So he's got stuff like this: restore health, gain Hex, so he kind of hexes himself. Aside from Hex, the other thing this character plays into is weaken, so you're going to see a bunch of stuff like retain, apply Hex, apply it 1 week on the target per Hex. And what weaken is in this game is it's strength down. It's like strength down in Slay the Spire. So, okay, you got, you know, life steal with weaken. You've got this, which is like bloodletting, gain 2 energy and gain 3 Hex. Damage and Hex, and then double the effectiveness of weaken on the target. Deal damage, apply 8 weak, 3 Hex in the area, gain 3 Hex. And then we get to this. Transfer all debuffs on you in an area on retain. And then you've got this. Transfer all minor debuffs on you to the target, which is Hex. And then it upgrades to retain. Oh, this is retain without even upgrading it, but it upgrades the cost less. And then you've also got this if you want to use this ultimate instead. Double all minor debuffs on you and transfer them to the target. So that's what this character is kind of about, in my opinion. And the card pools are really small for these individual characters. So the way that I would kind of approach the character is to just try to get by, take a card if you think it seems good, and then intend to transfer your debuffs to the opponents. That's kind of what this character is about. You take your debuffs and you give them to other people, and suddenly the ultimate becomes a lot more playable in that case. So But I could be wrong, like maybe you want to use this instead or use this ultimate instead. I kind of like Cursed Ritual because I feel like it does more early on, but maybe that's wrong. Like maybe you're supposed to use this one instead, but I'm gonna just use the base ultimate for now because that's what you start out with. You need to unlock these by playing them more. So that's my thoughts on Dracar. He's fine. He's a cool character. He's cool when he works out. The whole concept of transferring debuffs is playing with fire, but I think that the character does it pretty well. I think it does it fine. So then the second newest character is Thorum. And Thorum, in my opinion, is one of the strongest heroes in this game. I could be wrong about that, but I think that this character is just wild. So his passive ability is that he shuffles this card in the draw pile of whichever hero has the lowest HP at the start of each turn. He shuffles a resolve in their draw pile, which is just a 0 cost, gain an energy and draw a card, exhaust. So the fact that this character's providing 1 energy to his ally, like 1 ally, every turn though, that's really impactful. That lets you draft more expensive cards early on, more frequently, deck build in a more, card costly way. I think that the starting ability, like the passive ability alone, is really powerful. So then the rest of this character's kit, so you start out with 3 Forged Spirits, 3 Searing Blows, and 3 Hammer Strikes. These are okay, they're whatever. So this is a minion, and it goes in front of your allies or in front of yourself, and it will attack for that much and soak up that much damage until that damage is accumulated past 8, and then the minion dies. 2 and 8 on this minion. The other characters that have minions, you got Ragnarok here. Okay, you got 3 and 6 on that. Sure. Sure. And you got Carrion, which, he's rocking the 2 and the 3 stat 2 cost minion. Oh, when it's expired, it makes the minions get stronger, right? Yeah, well, it takes 4 animated carcasses or whatever until you can step up to the Forged Spirits level. I think these stats are really good for Thorum's base kit. And then what this character is about is he kind of, like the passive ability, he's buffing his allies. So this is something that we see in team building time and time again that ends up being extremely powerful. Where, I don't know, like think Baton Pass in Pokemon, or think, I used to play Paladins a lot, so I'm thinking like Torvald, Genos, and Furia's ultimate. Increasing allies' damage is insane. I know that that's basically a MOBA, so it's a little bit different. But at the same time, it's just something that we see here with team building. Like if you can compensate and effectively, compensate for your allies' weaknesses. And the allies designed with this idea of, oh, this character's going to be really powerful, but he's going to have these glaring weaknesses. And then you could just play this guy who soaks up those weaknesses. Then you're left with just something that's really strong. And so he's shuffling these cantrips into his allies' draw pile that give them shield and draw a card for free. So it's like free. The stuff that he gives, well, it's not free for him because he's got to pay for it and energy and card draw, but the cards that he gives to allies, they're just going to be gaining shield, drawing a card for no cost. But they do exhaust. He's got this minion, which is even stronger. At the start of each turn, it's going to apply for burn in front. He's got taunt, so he has that ability. He can displace if you want. He can shuffle 0 cost piercing damage cantrips in his allies' draw piles. He can give his minions more ability. Can stun. Can this card's insane. So this minion draws a card for whoever's in front of it when it's played, and it's a 0 cost minion. So he can shuffle these into his own draw pile, Thorum, and then play them in front of his allies, and then they get to draw a card. Or he can shuffle them into his allies' draw pile, and then they can play it wherever and draw a card. So there's so much flexibility here. Like, construct crafting is insane. He's got shield destruction and vulnerable in this card here. He's got Cats, which gives a minion 24 block. Like, the numbers on this guy's cards are just, they feel very good. And you've got this. Every turn giving 2 ultimate charge to the hero behind. This has 20 block on it. And AoE burn, doubled if the minion is in your lane. You play this, so you keep Thorum up front, and then, you know, you got burn on everyone, because you're probably going to have a minion up front. And you got AoE taunt. Like, the character is, there's also, this is on retain, destroy a minion, gain a shield equal to 3 times its health, and then you can taunt an enemy your way. And his ultimate is this. So etched rune cards, all you need to know about etched runes is that they're cantrips that are going to give you like toughness and power and stuff like that. So this is it's a pretty impactful ultimate, I think. And maybe one of these are better too. Spirit of Cyrus is just it has promote, which means that it's going to gain the stats of the minion on top of it, and but the charge on that seems really slow at 10. So anyway, that's Thorum. Let's go ahead and hop into it. This is probably not a team composition that I would really recommend for I'll put Thorum in the middle for a standard run, but for arena, I think you could probably get by with it. I think arena mode's also easier than the hardest difficulty on standard runs. So this is how it works. You are prompted immediately with deck building decisions. It's kind of like, think about like Battle Factory in it's the Battle Factory, right? In the Battle Arena? Battle Frontier. The Battle Frontier. Yeah, in Pokemon. Battle Factory, where you're presented with like multiple Pokemon, and then you have to pick which one you want, look at their moveset and stuff. That's what this is. That's kind of what's going on right now, except it's cumulative throughout the run. Of course, you don't have to put every card in here if you don't want to. You just take the ones that you want. So I actually really like Bulletstorm. This is one of the main ways that I would anticipate dealing damage with Maverick by the late game. It's just one solid card that it can do a ton of damage. Like, Bulletstorm is solid, I think. You've also got Solar Fissure here, which is a useful card to give you some extra ultimate charge. And you've got Retainable Weaken, which is kind of nice. Oh, Focus Fire is another thing I like. It spends all your ammo and then deals 5 or 7 once per ammo spent. So you have 3 ammo at the start of each turn, so you could just have 0 cost 21 damage right here, and then maybe you get something that can like search your and this is also a bullet, so if you get something that could search a bullet or something like that, you can drop the rest of your bullet cards and just use Focus Fire. I had a run like that once. There's also Lights Out. This can only be played if it's the last card in your hand, and it executes, so it kills the enemy if this damage brings the enemy down to 25% of their max HP. The issue with Lights Out is that it can only be played if it's the last card in your hand. So what happens if you have bullet cards in your hand that you don't have ammo to play? Well, you have 2 cards in your hand that you can't play. So that's something. That's one of the downsides of Lights Out. But Curse Bullet's also good. Penetrating Round, Curse Bullet, Thunderbolt. I want to try the Focus Fire maybe, but I don't know. Spends all your ammo, and then we're also getting another bullet in this same kit. A little bit counterintuitive. I'll try it. I'll try it. I like Lights Out, if it works. So, Retainable Weaken and Might. Infernal Armor is really powerful. It's like a generic fire card, like a colorless fire card. Yeah, that's really good. And I say fire card, it's elemental. Elemental cards have a red border, but I call it fire. 1 damage break this card. 0 cost 5 damage. Smelt, Shield Bash. Shield Bash is also outstanding card. Blue colorless card, kind of. So got some weapon crafting there. Oh, Molten Construct's really good. Sundering Strike, destroy all shields, do 10 damage. Ooh, Courage is also kind of useful. The Construct might just be worth everything here. I mean, Arcane Spark is just not that great for this guy right now. 2 weaken and 2 might. Maybe the Infernal Armor alone is worth taking this left. Like, just getting more ultimate charge, that's nice. But Smelt is strong. Maybe weapon crafting will help Maverick out, I don't know. I mean, so you got Smelt here on Retain, destroy a minion, getting a shield equal to a bunch of his health, and then you got Shield Bash. You got a combo there. And the weapon crafting is nice too, so I'll rock that. So Antidote is cleanse and restore 6 health to an ally. It's like a green colorless card. So we got more cleansing. So that could help when when Dracar damages himself. Shadow Bolt, damage and hex. Ooh, there's a Void Trap plus here. 4 hex in the area, gain 3 hex. I think I want the I want that. Yeah. It's arranged in the area. Hex to everyone. I think I want that. Forsaken Soul is. Yeah, I'm a rock this. I think I like Void Tap, and it's nice that it's upgraded too. So now we're presented with our inventory, and we can go ahead and build our deck how we would like right now. And I definitely want to drop some cards here. Like, we could probably actually just drop all of our quick shots, because we got Focus Fire and we got Curse Bullet. Lights Out, I think that I don't know, maybe we can keep 1 quick shot. I'll drop a double tap just because maybe that will make Lights Out more live. It can only be played if it's the last card in your hand. So having a bunch of expensive cards in the hand is not something we want to do. I'll try this for now, but maybe like drop 1 more double tap for another quick shot. But then I'm just worried that Focus Fire is not gonna feel very good. Let's go put all 3 of these in. I tend to drop the Searing Blows because they're quite a bit pricey, and I want to spend energy on Forge Spirit instead, like 99% of the time. So keep the deck at 9 cards, the bare minimum, so we could see stuff more often, like that Shield Bash and such. And let's go ahead and we could drop the Corruption, Twisted Bolt, and I think I'll drop another Corruption just because I like these quite a bit more. So nice. What you see here, that's the whole run, okay? That's everything. So it's like fight, loot box, fight, loot box, fight, loot box, and then the boss. And in between, near all of these, I think, you get presented with a shop. So that's great. And we can edit our deck at any time, except during the fight, of course. If you want, you can go up here and see what each of these enemies intend to do. And maybe that would influence your decision. So this guy cleanses, for example. So maybe we want to be careful about fighting someone that cleanses themselves when we have so much damage involving Hex. So we can take a look at this fight and see. So applies 2 burn when damaged. Ugh, that hurts. We didn't take the Dracar kit that had cleanse in it, right? So 3 poison in the area. I'm gonna try the carry on. Oh, wait. So you see how this one has bonus gold and this one does not? That's because this fight, if you click and see, there's a mutation. Oh, this guy's immune to minor debuffs? Are you serious? So no Hex or burn or anything on this Goblin Looter? Well, if you feel confident, you could do that and get some extra gold. But I don't want to die on the first floor. So I'm going to go ahead and take the one that's not a mutation. Mutations show up sometimes. And, you know, they can obviously be good or bad if you're prepared for it or not. Okay, so we got the Focus Fire here, so that's nice. So the thing is, this guy has light element to him. The arena mode doesn't use the resistance stuff that challenger mode in the standard game does. If this was standard game, we're presented with this fight right now, this guy would have light resistance. And then all of a sudden, you're just not doing like any damage to him. So it's just something to think about. Like, there's a ton of enemies that have, it might just seem like coincidence, but happens all the time with Maverick. He's just not very fortunate when it comes to this. So go ahead and try to shield ourselves a little bit. And so this guy, right, he applies 2 burn when damaged. Well, So let's play with Maverick a little bit. So 2 Hex, and then gains a haste. So that means that we're going to draw a card the next time we play a card. So we could play another Hex shot, and then we draw another card. And I mean, you could do quick shot, but there's no point, right? We could just do focus fire, and that would I could call it. And then yeah, we draw another card because we still have 1 more haste, but that's fine. And it might seem like in some cases you could waste that haste. This guy's dispelling us, which removes our minor buffs. Haste carries over onto the next turn, which is really cool. If you have any left over, which we happen not to. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put this Forge Spirit in front of Maverick to protect him a little bit. And I can't remember if this guy, does he burn when okay, so yeah, so we're fine. Sometimes it feels like it's a little bit inconsistent which ranged attacks are going to respond to, or you know, applies 2 burn when damaged. So I guess it's because that corruption card didn't damage right then that we didn't have to worry about taking the 2 burn. But if we were to play Twisted Bolt, then we would get the 2 burn. So it's a little bit, you know, there's no system that I'm seeing in place here that involves around contact. Like when you make contact with the enemy, then such and such will happen, right? So, and there's the resolve card that Thorum put in Maverick's draw pile, since Maverick has the lowest health, I guess. That's what Thorum decided instead of putting it in Dracar's. So the thing about Dracar's, we can apply Hex to everyone in an area like that. That's kind of nasty. I'm going to do a little bit of damage there. I'm going to go ahead and Master Craft for Maverick. Put a Forge Spirit in front of us, or maybe in front of Maverick, depending on if we need to. This guy's still got 1 health left. So Maverick's got 4 cards left in the draw pile. Or is that the discard pile? That's the draw pile. Yeah, I know. I know what I'm doing. Now we can apply that extra energy. Ooh! Get him out. Get him out. Shield ourselves from our void damage. That's one cool thing that I do like in this game, is that stuff like burn and void and poison, you can shield that stuff. So that's very nice. And oh, so this guy gains 7 backlash. So now if we attack him, he's gonna do 7 damage to us. But that's just for this turn. So we're okay. So we could do the smelt shield bash thing if we wanted. And Dracar's really close to getting his ultimate up as well. Let's go ahead and shield. We can use the ultimate if we would like, but that would mean that we're going to take some damage. I think there's a solid chance we're going to be okay. Yeah, so I guess these are ranged, like they don't make contact, so we're not taking the 7 backlash. But if we played this Master Weapon on him, we definitely would. Master Weapon's also, unfortunately, not a ranged attack. But that's probably for the better. So we spend 1 of our 2 ammo. We can just play it anyway, or we could swap places if we wanted to. Sorry, my nose is like bothering me. It's itchy. We could smelt this. Yeah, whoever smelt it. And then I'll put some of these etched rune cards in Maverick's draw pile. It's fine. We can take 7 backlash. We got a silly amount of block. That's a cool combo. And yeah, apply some weaken here. That'll do. But we're taking 9 damage on Dracar. Want to try to take less. That's for sure. And I'm gonna swap places twice, spending 2 of our energy bar to do so. Lights out! Lights out! Card's kind of nice, man. So we don't want to use his ultimate because then we're gonna take 35 damage. So we just wait. Yes. And now we draw one of our Etched Rune cards. So that will decrease our damage received by 50%. And hopefully there's one in here that, yes, that increases our damage by 50%. And that will be perfect for our ultimate. If we can draw it, which I hope that we can. Go ahead and apply haste to ourselves. Oh, we didn't get it. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get it with the ultimate. Yeah, so his damage is solid. There's no doubt about that in my opinion. Yikes, we're about to just take a hit right now. Gotta take a pretty big hit. Oh, we're burned. Applies 2 burn when damaged. No, dude, Maverick, come on. That's so much. That's so much damage. I don't know why it's only saying that we're 16 minus 8 resist? How come we resist burn? Oh, because we got toughness for the turn. That's right, that's right. Decrease our damage received by half. Yes. Alright, Dracar. Thanks for understanding. And our energy rolls over onto the next turn as well. But yeah, like if we use the ultimate there, then we're just going to, like, maybe we're supposed to. I don't know. It just feels like we would be taking more damage. It's a little bit hard for me to determine when you're supposed to and when not to. Alright, let's increase our damage. And, yeah, that should do it. And the enemy will die from the sort of void damage before you take your own void damage or burn or poison or whatever. So 250 gold, and we get a artifact. So 3 shield whenever we play a light or elemental card. So red or a light card. Trigger the expire effects whenever you play a minion card. So our minion cards don't actually have expire effects on them. Some of them do. Like carry-ons. First card you play on an enemy applies 3 shock each turn. Maybe, but I think Jakir's shield is extremely powerful. We could put this on Thorum. Whenever you play elemental card, gain 3 block. Seems really nice. We could also give it to Maverick here. And he's got his fair share of light cards as well. But he's only got 3 of them right now in this current build that we're rocking. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on Thorum, using one of the 4 slots. It might be better actually to click on the card rewards first and like pick these before you click and decide on the artifact. It's a bad habit. So I like this card a ton, and it's upgraded. So normally it's 9, but this is 14 shield, and it draws a bullet. So what we could do is we could play stand ground and then draw a bullet card, and then that bullet card could just be focus fire, and it spends all our ammo. Does damage for each ammo spent, so we don't need to worry about stuff like quick shot, or we could even drop cursed bullet if we wanted to. So I'm already looking at this right here. Void claws, okay, multi-strike damage, another cursed bullet, but this has a stand ground plus in it, which I just like a lot. Nothing super fantastic here, but I think this card's really, really good. Obscurity plus. Molten Construct's good. Hammer Toss, so taunting directs an enemy to attack you. That's nice as well. Like, this would be a very solid pick as well. But I like the stand ground plus. This card blocks a completely silly amount. I'm gonna rock that kit right now. And if you click equip there, then it gives you all 3 of the cards, which, you know, we can go ahead and remove a couple of them. I'm gonna get rid of this regular old quick shot focus fire. So cursed bullet, do we need 2 cursed bullets? Maybe. I'm not really in love with the double tap, so we'll just do that for now. So heroes have 25% chance to receive 1 extra injury when taken down. So now we talk about if one of your allies dies, they'll come back at like 5 health for the start of next fight, and they'll have an injury on them. And an injury is going to be a debuff, like gain 1 less energy at the start of each turn, or like take damage whenever you play a card. So here's a 25% chance to receive 1 extra injury when taken down. I'm going to go ahead and do 20% chance less to see upgraded cards, because we already saw fair share of upgraded stuff, and I don't think we'll notice that as much as we would a second injury. So the Quartermaster is a shop, okay? And you can do a few things at this shop. You can upgrade 2 random abilities for your team for 100 gold, duplicate an ability of your choice. You can also heal for some gold, and you can take a look at some cards here with the Quartermaster. So I'm not really in love with all of this stuff right here. If you don't like them, you can re-roll them for some gold. So these seem like a really good deal for us at this point, right? Conditioning and muscle memory. So probably want to do conditioning first, upgrade stuff, and then maybe just duplicate whatever it is that we happen to, you know. Okay, there's the double tap plus. It's not very good overall. Okay, well we'll use the quick shot plus. We'll drop one of the curse bullets for the quick shot plus. That's fine, but not super interested in duplicating either one of those. Duplicating any card here of our choice seems like a really powerful thing to be able to do. Yeah. But the funny thing is, and when I see it, I always think that it's gonna be a really powerful thing to do. But then I take another look and I'm like, huh, there's really not a whole lot here that we would really like to duplicate. Maybe this, but to be honest, I'm not really, I don't really feel like that's amazing. You could file through the drop pile really fast. So, it kind of hurts to not take them up on this. Consumables, so this might even be worth it after we do everything here. Increase the cost of future shops by 25% to gain a new potion. That could absolutely be worth it. So this is only going to be able to work for Thorum. Thorum's not really utilizing might all that much. It might even be worth re-rolling this just to see. Oh, some relics or artifacts are here. The Quartermaster can kind of have whatever in his shop. The last card in hand always deals critical damage. Or not that. Can only be played if his last card in your hand, then does critical damage, then executes. The hunting rifle, given the musket to Maverick. Still up to 12 shield from the enemy in your lane at the start of each turn. That seems insane, actually. With Thorum, you just steal 12 shield from the enemy in front of you, and then shield bash them. But you already know we gotta. I mean, that's gonna be too satisfying. That lights out with the execute with the critical damage. Last card in the hand always deals critical damage. 2 times. Give it to him. Alright, so I don't think we're particularly weak. And, well, let's take another look real quick. Okay. I think it's probably worth doing this. I think it's probably worth it. Okay, so now we're going to summon a minion that applies weaken. We get the opportunity to cleanse all our allies. That's huge for Dracar, who's going to be debuffing himself a bit. And, yeah, because, excuse me, because the ultimate especially as well. Yeah, I think I'll probably take Cleansing Elixir. So I think that's worth it. Because if it means that we don't die, then I think that is worth it. Let's take a look at our enemies. Maybe it's better to take a look at the enemies before going shopping. Something that could be considered, yes. So it gains backlash and resilience. Yeah, Shinzo is kind of hard. Gains 2 shield for every 10% of missing health at the start of each turn. Imagine if we had taken the artifact that steals shield, right? So let's see what the other fight is. Okay, just multi-strike, deals extra damage when you're below a certain amount of health. Looks just like raw damage to me. Oh yeah, this guy's nasty. Stealth means you can't target him with attacks. It's also blinding, which takes away your ability to gain ultimate charge. Makes it so your incoming shield is lower. Wounds in an area reduces incoming healing. I think this is still going to be a better fight than Shinzo. So let's go ahead and roll with it. So as far as positioning goes, I think Dracar and Dark Ranger That was probably the best bet there, because Dracar's not doing anything. I don't care if Dracar gets blinded and can't gain ultimate charge or whatever. And also, we do have this cleansing elixir anyway, so I think we'll be alright. And so he's rocking the multi-strike attack. Both these guys are rocking the multi-strike. Your last card in hand always does double damage. Beautiful. Yeah, then you draw this quick shot, and we're out of ammo now, so we can't use this quick shot plus. Sadly. Protects Maverick. Seems like the best we could do right now, but yeah, Maverick, of course, the way that Maverick's gonna do a bunch of damage is the fact that there are a ton of artifacts in this game that are gonna support him. That's my take on it, is that there's artifacts that are gonna draw cards for you when you don't have cards in your hand. There's artifacts that are going to increase the damage of it's like the boot. There's the boot sort of artifact in this game, which is useful for the bullet cards. Like when you've got a bunch of multi-hit stuff, and we see this in Slay the Spire too. When you've got your multi-hitting attack moves, and you can get the opportunity to get stronger as the run progresses, what we're going to see is you know, those cards be very powerful, like Blade Dance and such, because there's just a lot of opportunities to make them strong. It comes up pretty frequently that you would want to be able to play a bunch of attacks in a certain turn. So it's just doing a multi-strike attack on Dracar right now. We're wounded, so our incoming healing is reduced. So this is why Weaken is good, is because Weaken is very much like Strength down in Slay the Spire. And, well, this is pretty terrible, Thorum. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not very happy about that. Thorum's just getting beat up. Might have to spend gold to heal ourselves at the next shop. At the next quartermaster. Alright, what's the best way to do this now? So we have a bunch of energy here. I think the way I want to do this is like Forge Spirit, and then we'll figure out who's to put that in. Put the Esh Rune cards in Maverick's draw pile for now. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to get that ultimate and get the hunting rifle ultimate. But maybe when we get toughness. How about that? We don't have to do anything with Maverick right now. If we have a Esh Rune to gain toughness, then yeah, gain toughness and gain a power. Or it's power, yeah, once we gain power, then we're cooking. So we'll go ahead and put the ritual cards in our draw pile, gain some hex, but I intend on using this cleansing elixir. So that cleanses our entire team of our minor debuffs. So now we're not hexed anymore. We got damage in this guy's draw pile coming up, yeah. And now with Mavericks as well. Yeah, I think we're doing quite well. And we also have a shield patch with no shield now. So he gains stealth when taking 25 damage. And if we kill the Fenrir, then the fight ends. So I don't want to damage the Fenrir first, but maybe we just try to Smork Fenrir this turn. But I want to attack with Maverick first, because Maverick's ultimate hits the enemy with the highest health. So let's figure out what the right way to do this is. I'm gonna just do this right now, because it's too much work to get this to be the last card in the hand when you got stuff like Stand Ground and Hex Shot with 2 quick shots in here. It's not easy to get it to be the last card in the hand, I think, right now. So we got 1 more bullet left, so I'm gonna do like this. That would have been a solid amount of damage. That's a little bit unfortunate. Got all these resolve cards that have been sitting on the bottom of the draw pile. So now we play this, and that will trigger our 3rd Blight stack and detonate this guy's Hex on him. So Maverick can apply some Hex, and then Dracar can kind of capitalize on it and detonate it for him. And the skull over the top of him means that you can expect him to die. So that was a good fight. Doing well. Maverick is, you know, I'm making Maverick look good. We don't have any combo cards right now. Once again, it's good practice to look at the cards first, then instead of looking at the artifacts. Almost certainly, at least. Draw a card whenever you play a minion. Yeah, Thorum would like that. But hey, maybe now we take a Thorum one. Oh, nope. No minions in here. Demonic Claw, Shadow Bolt, and Forsaken Soul. We've seen these cards before. Nothing super special here. Another Stand Ground, another Hasty Shot, and a Penetrating Round. Nothing super great here. Nothing super great here at all. Maybe the Hammer Toss alone makes this pile worth it. But also maybe this will make Dracar feel quite a bit better. Just having better cards. You know, there's nothing super run transformative in this pile right here, or really any of these piles. But at least this stuff is going to be stronger than the, you know, corruption and whatnot. Like, cards are good, you know, on average. So, and we'll equip stuff that we feel we should. So Thorum has this artifact that's drawing a card whenever we play a minion. So I think I want to give energy to Thorum each turn, and probably just leave it at that. Get our loot cache. Okay, so potion that returns a minion to your hand and refunds its cost. It's kind of a confusing potion. I'm not sure why we would want to do that. Like, return a minion on the board to the hand and refund its cost. Maybe if it's like damaged or whatever. It's useful. Ooh. This is an interesting card as well. So reload. Retain reload, 3 ammo, draw 3 bullet cards, or 2. Reload 2 ammo and then draw 2 bullet cards. The thing is that this card's bonkers, and then we can do some shield bash. We can do some smelt shield bash combo maybe at some point in time. I'm taking fortified plating. But that ammo card, I imagine there's got to be some utility for that. And we get 2 artifacts here, which is awesome. Draw a card and lose 3 health when you play a card up to twice a turn. Apply a shock whenever you deal 5 or more damage to enemy. Restore 3 health at the start of each turn. If a minion's in your lane, Thorum would probably like that. But Obsidian Shiv, I might be sleeping on that. I'm going to take Claw of Maldorn, and let's take a look at the other one. Your bullet cards always apply Hex to target. That's nice. Apply 4 shield to your allies every time you shuffle cards in their draw pile. Warlock Mantle's probably not going to come up since we got Maverick also applying Hex. Bullet cards applying Hex to the target, that's nothing super special. I think that applying a shield every time you shuffle a card in your allies' decks, that's incredible. And yeah, we'll give this to Thorum as well. So this was very much a Thorum situation, and then we also get an opportunity to get another energy after that on whoever we want. So I'll probably give it to Maverick, because Maverick has an obligation to empty out his hand to do more damage with the hunting rifle. So play more energy means play more cards, means that. Yeah. So what's 20% more? Less chance to see upgraded cards. You gotta like choose your own blight as you progress. So go ahead and take the supply shock. So let's look at the enemies first before we take out the or before we check out the quartermaster. So 300 bonus gold in the name of applying a might, a random amount 1 to 3 to all heroes and enemies at the start of each turn. Yeah. So that's like 1 to 3 strength, a random amount at the start of each turn, but it goes away at the end of the turn. It's not like a brimstone sort of a vibe. It's not. So don't be captivated by this, because you got this option right here. If you really need to heal, then you could do both, but you know. So transmute an artifact of your choice into one of higher rarity for 200 gold. Restore 15 health to your team to make super elites and bosses deal more damage. I don't know about that. Let's check in here. Hamstring. So apply a vulnerable. That could be very, very nice, because this is a red card. Thorum could use that, and then Maverick could capitalize on that, doing range damage. Apply Hex whenever you hit an enemy. I mean, that's 125 gold. And it also upgrades to 2 vulnerable if we get a chance to upgrade it. So, artifact swap. I think I like all of our artifacts. Quite a bit, actually. Store 3 health if a minion's in your lane. Draw a card whenever you play a minion. Apply 4 shield to enemies whenever you shuffle cards in your draw pile. And gain shield whenever you play a lighter elemental card. So our Thorum is kind of nuts. And now we got this fortified plating on retain, giving minions a silly amount of block. And let's drop a hammer strike. And what do we have? Oh yeah, we got cards just to make Dracar better. Damage for each unique debuff on the target. That's going to be more damage than Twisted Bolts at this point. It has to be. And then a little more weaken to kind of reinforce the Forsaken Soul. Drop this corruption here, and that seems good to me right now. And we have we have a minion potion too, so solid loadout. Solid loadout. I don't know why it acts as if this is a new high noon. That's our ultimate, you know. It's not in our draw pile or anything. So so I don't know. There's not a whole lot to do here, which is fine because we don't have to do anything. That's the cool thing. We could take a hamstring if we want. Maybe applying vulnerable is something that we could imagine ourselves wanting to do at some point in this run. Kind of capitalizing on Maverick's damage. Sure. Why not? I'll drop this hammer strike here. Gotta keep the burn. Gotta keep some burn for the unique debuffs that we're gonna apply to our targets. I think that, yeah, that's fine. Like gaining a might at the start of each turn a little bit. Triggers poison upon hitting a target affected by poison. Nasty. That kind of hurts, but we have the cleanse potion. 300 bonus gold here. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm about it. Corrupted Tara. So this guy returns 50% of the first direct damage taken in a turn. Okay. So we drew... I might switch lanes here. I like keeping Thorum in the middle, but Dracar is going to be able to tank that quite a bit better, I think, right? She's wounding. She's not applying poison right now. Okay. So... I'm sorry, why is this doing 8 damage again? Oh, because we gain an arbitrary amount of... We have 3 might right now because of the silly hazard. Okay. Make it so next time we play a card, we draw a card. That's unfortunate. I hate that. Because now this isn't going to crit. We had too much haste. Drew too many cards. Alright, so return the first amount of damage that you take. And then, yeah. But that card blocks so much. Like, stand ground blocks a lot. That's all I'm saying. And... that'll do. I end my turn. This guy's gaining some shield. No one was even looking at you anyway, dude. How self-righteous. So, 50% of the first direct damage. We can go ahead and play that, max out our energy here. So our incoming healing is reduced by half. That should be fine. We can also forge spirit and then smelt. Oh yeah, whenever we play a minion, we draw a card. That's huge. But we could smelt and then just switch places with Dracar right now. Like, that's so much block. Damage and Hex. Doing 5 AoE. For someone that's so, you know, triggers poison upon hitting enemies affected by poison and all of that, I'm not seeing a whole lot of poison going on. I think Tara is kind of misplaying a little bit. Finally, there it is. Yeah, with the little icon above, as you can see. So there's no backlash or anything here, right? We're just chilling. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I guess it was better to put it in front of that guy. Whoops. We still can though, because we drew another one. I'm gonna go ahead and Runic Etch for Maverick again. Kind of pocket the Maverick. That's the word that we used to use all the time in Paladins. I don't know if that's a word that's used in other communities, but I think it is. Pocketing, when you kind of just start supporting. You're something that... I don't know where the term actually comes from, but the point of it is that you... you know what I'm trying to say, right? You're like... the term means that you're supporting, like you're just standing behind, or, you know, you are focusing as a support character. You are focusing on just one ally. That's called pocketing, where I'm from. The musket. That's a lot of damage. Alright. Let me go apply some weaken to this guy that's attacking us. And I want to, you know, maybe it's better to use the Curse Ritual for next turn. And if we don't play it this turn, then we get our ultimate charge refunded, and we can use it for the following turn, so that's nice. But in any case, so this guy has a ton of debuffs on him. 12, 12, 12 here. I mean, this guy's just gaining shield and backlash. He's going to die from the hex damage next turn. Something that we could do is return one of the minions to our hand, refund the cost, and then... I don't know why we would want to do that, but we could do that. We're not even taking any damage this turn right now, so kind of just chilling. And yeah, we'll use the ultimate next turn. After we've been poisoned, we can apply Hex to ourselves, then take this potion to cleanse ourselves. That's the current game plan, so we'll do something like... And then... oh yeah, this is also an Etched Rune card. This is the Brittle Etching. The vulnerable application. So whenever we play a minion, we draw a card. I want to do a Fortified Plating Smelt Body Slam. Not Body Slam, Shield Bash combo. Apply a vulnerable there. This guy's got... still got block. Ooh. We're out of ammo. No, it happened. It happened, dude. It happened. That would have been so sick. That would have been it too, right? Man. Oh, look at that. It's 32. How is he going to get through that? How do you get through that? You can't. But she can still poison through the minion. So, there you go. That's important to note. We don't have enough energy to do the combo. But we can almost do it. I wanted to fortify plate it first. But you can see that I'm getting more proficient with what I'm doing here. As opposed to the first video that I uploaded. Like, I'm starting to really see more stuff. First melee card you play each turn deals critical damage, so body slam. I call it body slam. You know what I mean though, right? There's also this, which you know, that actually for Dracar, that's kind of yeah. And once again, of course, I didn't look at the cards first. I looked at the artifacts first. But this for body slam, shield bash. I call it body slam because it's literally body slam, right? It upgrades to 0 cost, and you know, that for Dracar, I think, yeah, can't be hexed now. Not super interested in that. Flame guard, 2 burn AOE with minions. Shuffle your bullet cards in your draw pile whenever you play them. I don't know about that. A second lights out. That sounds awful. So these are not actually the best rewards at this point. So what is this? Consume up to 5 burn on the enemy. Give stats to your minion in your lane per burn consumed. Apply 4 hex combo. Apply 4 extra hex. 6 damage and 2 extra damage per weaken on the target. Gains shield, and then as a combo it gains backlash. Since it's just shields a little bit more, I'll take it just because it's got a card that helps shield him. Because he doesn't want to stick around and, you know, try to we'll give him his 4th energy. You know, he does want to stick around at the end of the day. Enemies gain color resistances. Super Leads and bosses apply plus 25% minor debuffs. And we also have a cleanse potion. No worries. Gain 2 random abilities for a hero of your choice. Mutations have more of a chance to appear. Sure. And if you want to, we could look at the stuff here. So Dispel removes the minor buffs from enemies. Applies 4 shield to the most injured ally at the start of each turn. It looks kind of weak overall. Sunder an area. Apply 2 shock upon taking 8 direct damage or more. So that would be what's a little bit scary about this. That would be what's a little bit scary. Multi-strike, AoE weaken. Rooting. Yeah, I'm not doing this. There's all kinds of status nonsense here, but maybe we're actually good for that because we do have this Dracar that's not going to put up with any of this blood frenzy or apply poison or weaken or whatever. Can't be debuffed. So let's see what is in this shop. We're rich. There's also this. So there's a minion that you could play that will cleanse the ally behind you. So we could buy this for Thorum, and he's got his minions supporting artifacts. Not Steel Belt, but not Jack Your Shield, but Big Game Net and Claw of Maldorn. Your critical damage deals 150% instead of 100 for 875 gold. That's terrible, man. For 875, that's nuts. That's just disgusting. Spike Club. Whenever you play a Void card, you gain a Might. That seems really good for Maverick, and it's on sale. So, say less. Our Void cards, like our, you know, our Hex shots, our Cursed Bullet. And then we can play this ultimate when we've gotten a bunch of Might, which is temporary strength. And then our ultimate is going to dump it 5 times. So, sick. What else? Gain 2 random abilities for a hero of your choice. Then transmute one ability into one of higher rarity. And select a new blessing from a random color. And also, you know what? Heal 20 health to everyone. Yeah. Beautiful. So, 20% higher chance for mutations to appear. That's fine by me. We get more gold for beating enemies with mutations anyway. So who do we want to get more abilities? Who deserves them? I think that Maverick's actually very intentional about what he's doing at this point. That said, we could, oh, did I not equip Relentless Spirits to... Oh, I didn't even put these cards on Dracar. I want to keep the shields just in case. The 2 Shadow Bolts, the Void Trap, Forsaken Soul, another Demonic Claw. Actually, not in love with any of these. I like all of this more. Gains backlash if you play another nature card in the same turn. So Void Tap, Forsaken Soul. That's not going to come up. But it does shield. So it's probably worth dropping something for it. I mean, damage for unique debuffs, like, who cares, really? I'm trying to stack Hex. That's just a little bit expensive, and this is just base. That's just regular damage, too. It's not enough utility for me. So we'll do that way. As for Mav, Mav, can't believe I just called him Mav. So this is hitting 3 times, and we do have the Spike Club. So there's a solid chance that this card could do a bunch of damage. I'm gonna just keep the deck the way it is for now, though. So who are we giving the abilities to? I'm gonna give him to Thorum, because Thorum could use some more cards that like shuffle cards into the allies' draw piles. We capitalize on that amazing heirloom that he's got. So what did we get here? Multi-strike 1, 8 damage. Increase the multi-strike by 1. Axe throw. Is that it? What was the last one? Was it just 2? Oh, well, that's awful. Okay. That's pretty terrible overall. This is ranged. I don't know. Do we care about Searing Blow? I'm gonna give him Axe Throw. Transmute 1 ability of your choice into 1 of higher rarity. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do Thorum again. Because he's the one that's the least complete. We transform a card to Dracar's, then we get something that transfers our debuffs to the opponent. That's a little bit awkward because we already took this artifact that makes it so status doesn't apply to us. I'll just transform a Hammer Strike. So this prevents us from being targeted. Deal damage and gain shield. Echo means that a copy of the card appears to your hand again. I mean, maybe Arcane Consultation is fine. I don't really know how to evaluate this card. I'm going to take it, but I don't think I'm going to put it in the deck right now. And we can just save money at this point. We could also take Elder Mooncaller, give it to Thorum with the idea of cleansing anything that would upset Maverick. But I think we're good. I think we're good. We wanted to take Celeste, right? Oh, I haven't really utilized the Steel Cage. We don't gain the 3 hex. This guy's gaining his shield. Applies 2 shock upon taking 8 direct damage or more. And what shock means is that when Maverick is hit, the surrounding enemies will take that much damage. But it's just for the turn. And she's just attacking Thorum, so it's totally okay to do 8 direct damage to this guy. Or more. Or more. Oh, I meant to give him a Forge Spirit, but okay. Enjoy your weapons. Damage and Hex, so that guy's gaining shield. Dispelling. I don't remember if she cleansed or not, but I'm gonna just Hex her right now. Anyway. That'll do. But yeah, the shield from just shuffling cards in the allies draw piles is incredible. Okay, so we don't even have a minion out right now, so... But at least this is on retain. That's what makes this card also crazy. The amount of stuff that Thorum has on retain is kind of bonkers. So, taking incoming damage from this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and... Maybe we might want to apply a weaken to this guy's attacking multiple times, so I'll stop with Dracar for now. I wish that we could utilize this fortified plate, because then we would have that's 4 energy worth. Our ultimate would be ready, and then we could shuffle more cards in one of our allies' draw piles and then shield them for more. In fact, it might even be worth it just to apply shield to our allies or even to ourselves. Although it would be, you know, it seems a little bit wasteful, but that might just be worth it. It's also applying a vulnerable to Celeste. And she's also blinding us, which means that we can't gain ultimate charge next turn. So that might just be worth it. I'll think about it. Actually, we're close to getting our ultimate ready. I'm gonna do it, yeah. But I'm gonna axe throw this guy, I think. I'm gonna weaken Celeste. Need more card draw on Dracar. Axe throw that guy, because I'm trying to kill that guy this turn. There's no minion here, but I'm just doing this so that we can get our ultimate charge for Maverick and then do something like... Kinda nice, man. Kinda nice. I'm gonna say it's worth cleansing the shock, just because we are being attacked 4 times now, so I don't want that 2 shock damage to apply 4 times to Thorum. That makes sense. Got that Forged Spirit Smelt, Choke Bash combo. All right, what are we doing here? That's just so much block. Can't say anything about it, you know? Powerful team comp that we got. Not really. I'm just good. I'm just messing around. But something like that, yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's apply a little bit more hex to our Celeste. Ooh, a little bit more hex to our Celeste. And now we can go ahead and blight her. And there it is. There's the blight. So, that's like no damage in that fight. It was almost no damage if it wasn't no damage. So that's very good. We're doing well. The minions you play gain +5, +2, but you lose 2 health when you play them. Restore 3 health in an area at the start of each turn. So Thorum's already got all of his artifacts done. But we could also give Jackie your shield to Maverick. That's also a thing if we wanted to. Once again, I need to look at the cards before looking at the artifacts. But the artifacts are, you know, maybe, like, who knows if the artifacts influence the cards that you take more, or if the cards influence the artifacts. Probably the cards influencing the artifacts. Shock whenever you deal 5 more damage to an enemy. You lose 2 health whenever you want to play minions, but the minions gain more damage. We don't need more damage. I'll take Moonlight Garment. Surely that'll come up. And let's take a look here. Another Chaotic Bullet, a Rapid Fire. So this with our, with the Strength, the Might that we gain. Another Lights Out. Can't, I mean, we don't need to, you know, we don't need that. This is also a little bit pricey. Frostbolt, so slow, makes enemies do half damage. I think that this card's insane. And another overrun. Titanic Shield, not super in love with. So Leech means that when an ally attacks that enemy, or when you attack that enemy for the turn, you heal that much life. Lifesteal if the target has Hex, double effectiveness a weak on target. This stuff seems pretty nice. Like the Void Touch here. The Void Touch is melee. It's melee, so it can only be played in your lane. But regardless, having the ability to heal like that, and Maverick could use his ultimate, and the ultimate could heal from the Leech 5 times. But making an enemy in any lane deal half damage from slow is kind of nuts. Lifesteal if the target has Hex. I mean, that's still only 6 life, and we're doing fine. And also, Maverick's deck is kind of tight at this point. I like a lot of the stuff that's in there. I'm gonna grab the Frostbolt. Just the Frostbolt. That's all I'm here for. Get that loot cache. I'm taking a while at kind of explaining everything, but if, you know, and when you get better and everything, this will take a lot less time, you know. Apply a weak to all enemies per energy spent. Gain 2 resilience whenever you play. So resilience makes it so you take that much less incoming damage. Gain 8 shield to reduce your redraw by 1 at the start of each turn. No thanks. Apply a weak to all enemies per energy spent. Yeah. Sure. I don't see how we could be upset with that. Let's look at the card now. And then we'll look at the other artifact. That's how we'll do it. Retain, deal 12 damage in 8 week. 3 damage in an area per ultimate charge on you. So enchant 3. So that means that you get this effect at the start of your next 3 turns. Deal 12 damage at the start of each turn. Resets and applies to a random adjacent enemy if lethal. I don't know how to feel about Black Seed. This is a card that I need to use more often. But for some reason I don't think it's really going to come up. I think having 8 weaken on retain is, yeah, we'll take Terrify. I don't think I've used this card before. So, gain 8 shield whenever you reach 0 ammo. That's nice. Your bullet cards apply 2 hex to the target. Do we have an heirloom on Maverick right now? Whoops. Oh, we don't. So, I don't see why not. That's fine. There's also that. Like, that's fine. 8 shield whenever we reach 0 ammo, so we play the card that empties out our ammo. Yeah, we don't really... I mean, yeah. Sure. Either one, to be honest. But, yeah, this seems pretty nifty. 8 is not a small number. 8 is a big number. And I think I want Thorum to have the 5th energy. He'll do the most with it. And you could increase the redraw. I just find myself, usually what I'm doing is I'm increasing the energy. And card draw can come later, for the most part. Perks costs increased by 25%. Let's take some more minor debuffs. I don't mind. Corrupted Lazar. Lazar. I don't know how to, you know, pronounce that. Lazar. So this guy gains, he has shield steal. Or life steal is kind of what the implication is, because that's what his character does, you know. When we play him, that's kind of his gimmick. Deals 2 damage upon taking 5 direct damage or less. That might be important to note. Maverick could not be appreciative of that. So deal 16 damage stun. So are we actually just immune to all debuffs? That's what that artifact does? I mean, then this is probably fine. We'll just do the Corrupted Lazar, I think. 4 weaken wound upon damaging you. A guy in the middle that's stunning us. I think all the signs kind of point to this fight. But let's take a look at the Quartermaster. So we don't need to heal at all. Yeah, 2 random abilities for a hero of your choice with mutations have higher chance to appear. I don't mind. And so Thorum has the most energy. So I'm going to probably target Thorum again. Oh, the Forged Golem. So this is a legendary card, I'm pretty sure. So you can only have 1 copy of it in your deck. I think that's how that works, right? So the cards that have this yellow gem right there, that means you can only have 1 of them per deck. Is that right? I don't know if that's right or not. I feel like that's right. Yeah, Terrify, this seems like a card that would be legendary. I think so. It's a little bit hard for me to distinguish some stuff like that, like what cards are in some characters' card pools, what cards are in the general elemental card pool, you know, things like that. So yeah, that is insane. And we got a third potion here. The notification is cleared by just hovering over the new stuff. So Forge Golem, let's lose this Axe Throw. And we want Frostbolt for sure. And I mean, this does give block to our allies, the crafting. I don't really want to lose the Forge Spirits, Shield Bash, Smelt, Fortified Planning. I mean, Hamstrings, whatever. At this point, our damage is fine. Ooh. So, there's a minion card for you. At the start of each turn, it applies a power to the ally behind, so it would make Maverick do... But there's also this. 4 cost, and we could give that to Thorum, and Thorum just plops that in front of either of the left or right guys. Because the thing about arena mode is that all of the middle enemies have that sort of they all have this attribute to them, which we don't see here right now, but they're all immune because it's like boss fight after boss fight, or like elite fight after boss fight after elite fight, or whatever. It's like, I guess it's elite fight. That's what they are. But elites, the elite in the middle is immune to displace, stun, and yeah, to displace and stun. So that comes up quite a bit because there are a handful of cards that just don't really work that well at all in this mode, simply because, like for example, Thorum at this point, there's a card that displaces the enemies, like switches the enemy's positions. Really what I'm referring to is displace stuff. Displace cards are not very good in arena mode. In fact, they don't work in arena mode. You can't displace enemies in arena mode because the boss is immune to being displaced, and if you kill the boss, then the fight's over. And the boss is in the middle, and you can't displace someone on the left with someone all the way on the other side. That's just not how it works. So Ornate Hammer is really good. A ward increases the shielding that you receive by 1.5 times. So there's also this, which we could give to Thorum. But Thorum is already like so outstanding right now. Apply a weak to all enemies per ammo spent. Not ammo, energy. Restore 3 health in the area at the start of each turn. I mean, I don't even know if that's something that I'm interested in equipping at this point. Gain a shield whenever you hit an enemy. Hey, Maverick is hitting enemies. That's something Maverick is doing. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, so like this card, the card that displaces this is, you pretty much, it's not doing a whole lot at all. It doesn't really work. Here, in arena mode. So, what am I doing again? So, if we can't, yeah, I mean, restore 3 health is start your turn from minions in your lane. That's just objectively going to be a lot worse than Moonlight Garment, for sure. Or we could forgo this idea of restoring health in the area because we're healthy. And now, when we gain shield, we're going to gain 1.5 times that amount of shield. Which is kind of funny because there's only one card that shields. When that's Smelt. And it only works if... So you know what, let's drop the locket and give it to Dracar. Necromancer, I just saw that. I never noticed that before. Yeah, so none of these are heirlooms, so we can't put them in the heirloom slot right now. And 3 health in the area at the start of each turn. Although Dracar can't heal, Maverick can, so Maverick will appreciate it. And that's how we'll do it for now, I think. And we'll just move on. Go ahead and get to it. We wanted Lazar, right? Dope. So we're almost all decked out at this point. This is an amazing, amazing minion. And that's all I gotta say about it. So, oh, we have this potion that applies toughness, so that gives us 50% damage reduction. I think that'll do for now. And look at that, with blocking for 15, the Shadow Slinger cap with the ornate hammer. So at the start of each turn, we're going to gain 2 ultimate meter charge, which is really, really good for this guy. And protect Dracar a little bit, draw a card each time we play a minion card. I wish there were more opportunities to upgrade stuff in arena mode. If I could critique something about arena mode, I would say I really wish that there were more chances to upgrade stuff, because this, if it were upgraded, we could play it right now. That's one of my main things, is that's like, if I were to give a response for what I think of arena mode, I like it a lot. I'm very happy it's here. And I wish that I could get more opportunities to upgrade cards, because having an upgraded deck feels really good. And that's kind of my take on it all. So this is what I'm referring to. The enemy is not affected by interrupt, stun, pull, and displays. It is affected by slow, like a frostbolt. But yeah, so we can't displace this guy, because this guy can't be displaced. It's the same for this side too. So, but that's fine. Like, it's totally okay. So we can give our Maverick a little bit of shield for shuffling cards into his draw pile. We could even give him some more too if we wanted. We could also, we have this on retain now, so we're gonna hit this guy with a huge shield bash next turn. We're gonna be drawing, or no, we're not. We drew shield bash last turn. What is this? Deals 2 damage upon receiving 5 direct damage or less. Got that hunting rifle. So he's gonna slow us, which makes us take half damage. Or no, that makes us deal half damage at the start of our turns. Or no, that makes us deal half damage next turn. I'm sorry. Just to get our ultimate charge up. Now we shuffle our ritual curse cards in our draw pile. And so I'll put some weapons in there for him and move on. This dude's only taken, I mean, he's got 44, so he's tanking quite a bit for us. Okay, 2 more forged spirits. We also have this frostbolt to apply slow if we want. Gain a little bit of toughness. We already have max energy, so I don't want to play these resolves right now. I want to spend the energy on something and then play them. That's kind of the goal. Right now. And then now. But we're doing half damage, which is a little bit obnoxious. Oh, deal 2 damage upon taking 5 damage or less. So we got toughness for 2 turns now. Can only be played as the last card in our hand, alright. Slow is a major debuff, so we can't cleanse it. Yeah, that is the issue. Use this next turn when we're not slowed. How about that? Oh, this guy's... Ooh, we'll just replace that minion. Thorum doesn't have the same thing that Ragnarok has, where the minions scale on top of each other, basically. It doesn't have that. And this is on retain, so totally cool to just draw past them. And doing very well. Alright, so getting a toughness. Let's see, do we have a... Yeah, I want to get like that. Oh, wait. We have the combo. Oh, that guy's the highest health. Ooh, the hunting rifle quick shot. I'm happy I got the shield bash combo off. Carried by shield bash. Every run I upload of this game. 3 might and lose 2 health at the start of each turn. Seems good for Maverick. Gain 6 shield and 2 weak at the start of each turn. Dracar could. Can't be weakened. So, yeah, 6 shield at the start of each turn. It's fine. I'm gonna do that for Maverick though, probably. It's my take on it. Once again, not looking at the cards first. Oh, so here's the Calamity. So if we wanted, we could... Oh, Demonic Rupture is really good. Yeah, we could also shift our idea of how we wanted to play Dracar at this point. We could lean into Calamity instead. Apply 2 weak per void card in your allies' hands. This is a lot of expensive stuff. Dust to Dust, I think, is also... This is one of the main sources of damage for Maverick that I'm seeing as well. 9 when upgraded, but also just 6 when not upgraded. This is a lot of damage. So Furnace, Anvil Smash. Okay, so there's a stun here. But like I said, if we're using Thorum in the middle, and we don't have to, we could arrange him however we want to at the start of each fight. It's just that, you know, this is a melee attack, so every enemy that we fight in arena mode is going to be immune to, the enemy in the middle is immune to stun. That's the only issue. So retain, reload 2 ammo, draw 2 bullet cards. That doesn't seem very good because it's on retain. Well, it might be good, but just not for us right now because we want to like empty out our hands, do do critical damage, and also you've got this lights out card that wants you to have no hand. So not a whole lot going on here, but just for the rupture, I'll take Dracar's package. And Maverick does want to empty out his hand, so I'll give him the 5th energy. And 25% more minor debuffs with our cleanse potion. And Dracar saying, yeah, I can't be minor debuffed. So it says 600 extra gold in exchange for this guy dealing 2 damage upon taking... Oh, gaining 2 backlash at the start of each turn, so every time we attack him, he'll do 2 damage back. In exchange for that, we get 600 gold. That seems good to me. And after this fight, we have the boss fight, so... Lose 1 health whenever you play a card, Thorum, in order to transmute an artifact. I don't know about that. So here we have an option, finally the opportunity to upgrade an ability for the team. Let's take a look at the Quartermaster. First card we play on an enemy each turn makes the enemy do half damage for that turn. Seems insane. 656 gold, though. Upgrade an ability of your choice. Surely there's something. Shield Bash, right? Has to be Shield Bash. There's also this. You can make it 36. I want the Shield Bash. Make it 0. I think that makes sense. And And there's one more shop after this. First card you play is turn on an enemy, makes that enemy do half damage. That's really, really disrespectful. I didn't even give glaive to anyone. Gain a might whenever you play elemental. Carter, I'm gonna just use the glaive instead. Like, after all, we're being healed at the start of each turn with Thorum's artifact, so it's okay to take 2 damage at the start of each turn as well. That's probably fine. I'll just save money. It's okay. 600 more gold. All right. Yeah, okay, shield bash. Very funny. Very, very funny. So play 8 weekend, so we can make these guys do no damage. How about that? Oh man, I cracked myself up. $19 block for what? For what? That's my question. Oh, you know what? Let's shuffle cards in our draw pile so that we can gain some block for the shield patch. 4 damage in the area, huh? How about that? How about absolutely no damage in the area? How about literally nothing? How about that? Yeah? Just go ahead and attack that guy. Shield bash him. Yeah, like I'm feeling very confident about this run at this point. In my experience, like if you do okay in the first couple of arena fights, manage to save a good amount of life, don't get an injury from letting one of your teammates die, then you're probably going to be doing pretty well if you spend your money right. So this guy is at 45% health. So I'm sorry, what's execute below 25% of their max health? So what's 132? So 132 times so that's like, putting myself on the spot right now, like 20 or 25 health that this would need to bring him to, somewhere around there, right? 25% of 132. So I wish I could just look at the number 132 right now. That would help me so much, just the way my brain works. But this prompt keeps how about that? That's a quality of life suggestion. How about I want to hover over the HP bar and be able to look at it and not have this you know, I would rather just look at that number right now. Make that, like, slide it to the left a little bit more. Report it. Anyway. So now we're going to be doing 50% more damage for 2 turns. Draw pile is reshuffled. Doing quite well. I wish there was a fast mode though. I wish there was a fast mode. Because I'm at the point where I'm starting to know what the enemies are doing. So like with Spire has the fast mode. I wish there was a fast mode in this game. That said, I'm taking a second. I mean, we could just smork this guy probably. Ooh. Oh, he has toughness. Right. Now he's going to cleanse himself. Okay, okay. So we don't want to stack up the hex on this guy right now. That's fine. That's fine. So toughness makes him take only half damage. That's Bjorn. That's his gimmick. And so this will detonate the hex on him. See if we can't apply a little bit more. Oh, I messed up. I guess. I should have... Yeah. But it's okay. I'd rather play that than play lights out. I'd rather block a little bit. So it like spreads out if this guy suddenly ends up being the enemy with the more health. But you see what I mean, right? About how the ultimate doesn't finish off the enemy that you're trying to scrap with. That's my issue with it. So what do we have here? Oh, so since it applies it in an area, it actually doesn't blight him the third time. Oh, I understand. Dracar has all this energy that you just can't use right now. Doing quite well. But you see why I think Thorum is absolutely absurd, right? Like, the character's incredible. So, got him with the blight. There we go. Oh, Maverick got stunned. I didn't even really pay attention to that, not gonna lie. Oh well. And now next turn, this guy's gonna give us enough ultimate charge to use our ultimate again. Shuffle more buffs into our... I'm gonna shuffle them into his own draw pile. That's right. I didn't realize that he was at 12 health. I messed that up. So that returns your minion to your hand and refunds its health, or refunds its cost to your energy. And I remembered this time to click on the cards first. And that's good. It's just that we had like full energy, so it didn't do anything. Gain a toughness and a power. This is I like demonic form, but I don't think we really need to use it. So Ghost Round, I've seen this card before. It doesn't really work out for me, but I kind of like the idea there. It's to probably empower something like Focus Fire. Between the Eyes, I've never had that work out for me. So here's a stun card, but once again, stunning just doesn't really... So Battle Horn, yeah, taunting in an area is really, really nice. Gain a shield equal to all your minions' health combined, like, excuse me. Void Choke, Lifesteal, Dispel, so that removes enemies' minor buffs. I don't really care about enemies' minor buffs. I think just taunting in an area alone makes me want to take the Thorum package. 1,110 gold. Your ultimate refunds 2 Fury, that's pretty nice. Your Nature and Arcana cards cost 1 less. Lose 3 health when you play them. So, I don't think that... Oh, whoops. I didn't even realize that this guy's draw pile was 10 cards. My bad. I hate when it's not 9 cards. Yeah, sure. Because that will... Arcana's blue, and Nature is, of course, green. So... Dracar is just simply not using all that energy. In fact, I wouldn't even mind giving Dracar another card draw. I'll give Thorum another draw, I think. The most combo-oriented character we've got, right? So he's trying to draw certain cards together. All damage you deal is critical. Gain Sunder and Wound at the start of each turn. So we could combine this Razor Blade with the Oracle. So although our shield and healing goes down by half, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it actually doesn't. All damage you deal is critical, but your incoming shield and healing is, I mean, I think I want that, but power affecting your cards twice, I mean, that could also come up. I'll take the Razor Blade. I have an idea. Oh, extra ammo at the start of each turn. Okay. So there's the Anvil. There's another stun card as well. Generic red stun. Combo means that you have to have played a red card in the same turn, which might be hard because that costs 3. So it triggers Hex, so it makes them take damage equal to their Hex right then. Kind of like what Dracar does. But spending 2 ammo, I don't know about. Although we did just increase our ammo cap. I probably won't use any of these. I'll just grab the Doom Assault. But I do have an idea here. Let's give characters a little bit of a makeover. Actually, we're about to go to a shop anyway, so I just don't know if I want Maverick to have the card as opposed to Dracar. Man, Dracar, does it even matter for Dracar to draw? I'll give Dracar the 5th energy, how about that? Enemies drop 20% less gold, yeah, why not? This is the last fight, so we have our choice of bosses, and yeah, I don't think we're really gonna worry too much about enemies dropping less gold since it's about over with. I like this card a lot. Adds a copy of itself to the hand after it's played, but only one time. You may play it 1 extra time this turn. It doesn't echo. It doesn't do that. None of these are super special. We could re-roll it for 100 gold. What's 100 gold to us? Nothing. Select a new artifact? Sure. Gain 1 immune whenever you play your ultimate, huh? So that makes the next damage you take become 0. The first card you play each turn gains Echo. So a copy of it shows up in your hand. That's cool. I don't know if I've seen the repeater yet. I'm gonna just take a guess and say Blade of Justice might be the one that comes up. I don't think I want Thorum to draw 1 less card at the start of each turn. All of our team is at full health by the looks of it, so what do we got? 2 weak per void card in everyone's hand. I like this card. This is probably worth adding. I like giving it to Maverick to help cycle through the deck faster. Essence Surge is also a clutch card. Grab a dagger, throw. Spirit makes it so that your cards that heal and shield heal that much and shield that much more. Reroll again. It's a funny card. Mossy Earthshaker. Gain 1 health whenever you play a Void or Arcana card. I had a run and use this one time with Maverick, and it used like a couple of dagger throws and all the cards with haste that it could find. I think that's probably about it. Like, we could just look at some more cards if we want. Critical deals 150% instead of 100% extra. Alright, let's come up with our final game plan. Ooh. At the start of each turn, Enchanted Familiar gonna give 1 energy. So we haven't even like used the Bulwark potion, but that seems like a useful thing to do, to be able to just take half damage. As far as the Steel Cage is concerned, I'm not in love with it, but it has its uses. You know, take a minion that's taking damage and then put it back on the board. It's probably not gonna save the run, but alright, so we never got an heirloom for Dracar, sadly. These are the character-specific heirlooms that we could have got. Restore health per week you apply. Return the first buff you received to the enemy. Double the hex on targets that have no hex. Actually, we had seen this. We had seen this a couple times, but it was not super exciting. So, all damage you deal is critical, huh? Sunder and wound at the start of each turn. So that means that we're not going to heal, but half of what we normally would. And we're not going to shield, but half of what we normally would. So that means that we could probably get rid of the stand ground plus, since that's going to be quite a bit worse. And truth be told, I'm not really in love with lights out anymore. It's fine still. It's just that we don't really need it. We have the extended clip now, right? Or whoops. Or no, we're still rocking Shadow Slinger cap. Didn't I grab? Oh yeah, the blessed cannon. Extra ammo at the start of each turn. Let's rock that. And then, what do we have in here now? Oh, I didn't put demonic rupture in there. I didn't even. Oh, I never equipped calamity, right? Because he can't be debuffed. Shadow bolt's not very good at all, huh? I want to keep the demonic shields. Maybe we could give the razor blade to Dracar because he can't gain sunder and wound. At the same time though, I kind of just want to do critical damage, gain 3 might, so like double the damage of that might and then this might. Just like strict damage on. So that's how I would approach Maverick, is I would be like, oh, yes. Yes, let's get as many multi-hits as we possibly can. I think that Doom Assault is probably, since we have a bigger clip now. And we have this, multi-strike 3, with all of the strength that we gain. Think about Blade Dance. We could even start putting these double taps back in there. That's a thought. That'd be wild. But is that wild? Whenever you play Elemental or Void card? This is a Void card. Well. But the lights out, we gotta. I want to try to end the fight with lights out, if I remember. So. I wish there was a way to organize the cards better. I wish that there was at least an option of displaying the cards that are in the deck you're using. Does that make sense? Like, okay, we got a nice look at all the cards we can pick from, but I think there's something to be said for allowing the player to see the deck profile. We have this, a list of the cards here, and the amount of energy that each of the cards cost, which is a useful little reference. Try to get an idea of how expensive your deck is. But I really wish there was something that we could click here or expand and see a visual, and that would help a lot for the community of this game, I think, as well. Like, oh, share an example of a good deck, or like a deck idea of a character. No one wants to just read a bunch of names. People want to see a visual and see what each of the cards do. So that's a suggestion of mine, is I would really like an option to be able to see a deck profile. And, you know, I'm sorry if I come off as like snarky or something. Some people get really defensive about their game or their mod or whatever. Truly, I'm just saying this because I feel like someone should say it, because that's something that I think a lot of people would like, is for the ability to do that. And I really like your game. I like your game a lot. You could tell that I'm, you know, that I know what I'm doing, right? That I'm paid attention to it, that I'm enjoying it more than I was commissioned to by a long shot. Then, you know, all I ask is that you respect my thought there, because that's something that someone who wants to put a lot of hours into this game would like to have. So, anyway, I like these because they at least are drawing a card, and we have this dagger throw to draw a card. So bullet that spends 2 ammo, and the reason why I bring that up really is because I'd like to try to get an idea of how many ammo cards to use. We really don't need to use that many because we got this focus fire. We have this double tap plus. Bullet that spends 2 ammo, applies 9 hex to trigger hex. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep focus fire as the one bullet card, Oh, and this quick shot plus. That seems odd. You know what? I'll just use stand ground to fetch the focus fire, and then just strict damage the rest of the way. That seems good to me. I like it. And we have a ton of utility cards in here. I actually think I might want to rock the Arcane Consultation to draw 2 cards for an energy and lose 3 health. I don't know. It seems bad. The upgrade seems a lot better. Extra card. Oh yeah, Battle Horn. AoE taunt. I don't remember how long ago we even got that at this point. But that's the thing is, like, all of a sudden we look at this guy's deck, and I don't even know what I want to take out now, because I like everything here. Could probably drop a Forge Spirit, but those are doing fine, because there's all kinds of ways to bolster them, to make them stronger and whatnot. So, yeah, the character, this guy feels incredible, because, yeah, it's like there's so many of his cards just have utility that you grab some cards for him and he's going to be set for a long, long time. And then, okay, you come across an artifact that has something to do with minions, then you know who you're giving it to. Yeah. And so I want to use this Blade of Justice because 3 shield whenever we play a red card. Restore 3 health at AoE. Don't really care for that. So the blue cards cost 1 less and lose 3 health whenever you play them. Sure. I guess it wasn't so good to upgrade Shield Bash then, huh? But for Battle Horn, Smelt. Yeah, Fortified Plating, Smelt. For those to cost 1 less. Huge. So, blue cards are going to cost 1 less. Well, then let's put in the Arcane Consultation. And, yeah, I need a better workflow. We're trying to figure some of this stuff out. And now we're going to charge our ultimate probably pretty fast on average. But reducing the cost of cards that we play, it's a little bit worse as far as trying to get our ultimate up and running. I think that's fine. Alright. Yeah, we already spent all our money there. Wow, that was a while ago. Okay. So this is Hemlock. This is a new boss, if I'm correct. And, sewers under the Great Pirate City. I'm not going to read all that. This run is taking a little bit of time. So poison and then cleanses in an area. It's fine. Applies a wound upon killing a hero. He's got some multi-hit stuff. You can see, okay, so he switches each of these debuffs at the start of each round. Applies 3 poison when getting hit, gains stasis, so that means invincible after taking 60 damage on turn 3. Applies a vulnerable to everyone at the start of the turn. So cannot be affected by debuffs. That's the first turn. That's kind of nasty. Gains a power in an area upon taking 60 damage this turn. Increases everyone's damage that's coming at you by 1.5 times. Gains 40 shield and 20 shield for each adjacent ally. Applies slow upon getting hit the first time in a turn. We'll rock the new boss. How about that? Not because I'm scared of Ogar. Is it gonna make us bleed or burn or maybe lose a turn? Bleed or burn or lose a turn. Yes, I like these costing 1 less. So we can taunt in the area if we would like. That's nice, actually. So he's gonna root us. That's fine. Give it to Dracar. That's fine. Give it Thorum a little bit of a Thorum, a little bit of a toughness. Let Maverick get energy for next turn. This minion is not going to die this turn because this dude is not directly attacking us. I was hoping that executed him. That would have been sick. It's close though. So yeah, Maverick, that's kind of what I stand by, is I think he's got a lot of artifacts that I could play into to make him stronger. But a lot of his cards, I mean, his cards are solid, but you see what I mean about it. Like, I'm sorry for distraction from the fight, but utility? What utility? Right? Like, this guy doesn't have any cards that help his allies. None. You know, just none. So I don't believe one bit that his utility meter is anything above 0. So this is the only bullet card? That's a good strategy. I'm good. I'm good at this game. So after taking 60 damage, you can't damage him anymore this turn. I wish I had the card to add a minion back to the hand to refund its cost. Ooh. But see, this guy is stasis, so it doesn't work for this turn. No, dude. I shouldn't have tried to use the ultimate at all. That was sloppy on my end. It's fine though. Just save the energy for next turn. Reduce this guy's incoming damage by half. Shuffle some cards into someone's draw pile. Someone take these. Yeah, you can't take damage, so that was pointless. Especially considering that we take damage whenever we play a blue card now. But we gain an immune whenever we use our ultimate. Immune goes away by 1 stack at the start of the next turn though. Oh, we can't even gain Hex when he's got stasis. Unable to receive damage, healing, or status effects. I forgot that part. It's okay though. And we may as well just spend all of our energy every turn, because all of the characters are gaining 5 energy at the start of every turn now. We have +2 increased AP on everyone. So. Oh, I should have made that dude vulnerable. Oh well. Because we got these master weapons in here. Ultimate is back. I was really hoping to get Shield Bash. Not gonna lie. That's discard pile. I was hoping for Shield Bash. Or Arcane Consultation again. That would have been so sick. So these are melee cards, so... Or Dagger Throw is not a melee card. Oh, so he's just applying a vulnerable to everyone? Just get rid of our minor buffs. Minor debuffs, rather. Damage output can be really, really nasty. As a fact. So stasis upon taking 60 damage. Oh, I can also confirm that you are not going to be taking any more than 60 damage this turn. Yes. That's arena mode. So yeah, arena mode is very solid, and like when you get faster with it, you get faster with it, and you get it done. And you get it done a lot faster than like a standard run. But I love the standard runs anyway, don't get me wrong. It's just that some fights, especially the Shard Elite fights later on towards the game, feel like they can just take a half hour or something like that, which Maybe if I path or like try to play a little bit differently, then that'll change. I am pretty much winning arena mode most of the time. I don't even know if it's worth doing a type of like win rate sample for something like arena mode, because I mean, I literally just played the 3 newest characters on a team together, and didn't really have any problem. No one died. Like, none of our heroes died one time. So I don't really know what that means. What I'm saying is, I'm interested in finding out what the best team is, what the best team composition is. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that is the best team in the game. The health pool of these dudes is also just, you know, just rocking 64 health, 50 health. Oh, whoops, did I just resize the game window? I did. That's kind of obnoxious. You probably could see that. But check this out. You could actually go up here, and I'm a 1920 by 1080 again. How about that? It's something that doesn't work in Slay the Spire. Gotta close out the game and reopen it for that to work in Spire. I love Spire though, don't get me wrong. The terminology with the bullet, I would try to model more stuff, kind of like how Tara has her arrow cards defined. I would define more cards that way as well, like bullet, spend all ammo. I think you could just say 2 bullet. And my suggestion for arena mode, more opportunities to upgrade cards. And I do want to make a video talking about a lot of my thoughts for these characters and what they're able to do and stuff like that. I also think that this game is very reasonably difficult on the highest level here, Apex level. I definitely need to do at least one upload of this game on the highest level. So, I do want to do that. Thanks for reaching out to me, Rogue Games. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this game. Till next time.